Today I wanted to talk about the power of keeping a journal and remembering what you're grateful for every day. Now, I started journaling really heavy when I was on my mission, because before I went on my mission, they said it is the best 2 years of your life. So I was like, well, if it's the best 2 years of my life, I better keep a record of it, right? So on my mission, I learned how to stay consistent with keeping a journal. And ever since then, I've been keeping a journal, and it's been incredible. It's changed my life. It's changed my perspective on how I see the world, especially when you're able to write down what you're grateful for every day. So what I do now in order to keep a journal and keep a record of my life and what's going on, so my family, my future posterity can have it, is every morning I write down 3 things I'm grateful for, 3 wins that I had the previous day, 3 things I'm grateful that will happen so I can manifest that these things are gonna happen in my life. And I also pray for those things that they'll be able to happen. And I also just started doing 3 things I'm grateful that my wife did for me so I can appreciate her more. Now, that takes about 10 minutes every morning. I do this every day just so I can stay consistent and be grateful for the things that I've been given. So I wanted to let you guys know about that quickly and shortly, just because I really believe that this life is a blessing, and if we're not self-aware and don't reflect, we're just gonna live life and just go through it like in the breeze right now. Like you're just gonna be a kite in the wind. You're just gonna be flying by. But if you can stop, reflect, and appreciate the blessings that you have, I believe you're gonna get more. So that's my testimony of keeping a journal, guys. I have one right here. I call my book of wins, gratitude, and small plates. And I just started implementing, I put in the very back my own small plates, because I really believe that keeping a record of all the blessings that God gives you helps you with your testimony, because there's a lot of things that God does for you, and unfortunately humans, we're slow to remember, and there's so many things that go on, our memories might not be that good. So that's why writing things down, going back and reflecting and saying, wow, God blessed me with this. I had an experience where I read a journal from when I was in 7th grade. I didn't journal very consistently through my life until my mission, but I did keep journals here and there. And I remember I read an excerpt from a journal that I had, like, I think I was in 7th or 8th grade, where I scratched the cornea on my eye, and I couldn't really see very well. And by the time I went to the doctor to check it, he was like, wow, I'm glad you came, because any sooner you might have lost vision in your right eye. And I was like, oh, wow, that's not good. But he said, I don't know if we'll be able to get it back, like complete vision, like you used to have it in your eye, but we'll do our best. So I was able to get a priesthood blessing, and I believe that helped me at that time, and I was able to get vision pretty much back to normal in my right eye. And I know that the priesthood power is real. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I didn't remember that happened until I read that journal entry. And the reason why I wrote that down is one of the members in the church I was going to in Georgia, her name was Sister Hardy, or Susan Hardy. Shout out to Susan Hardy. She said, hey, this is a really good spiritual experience that you just had with the priesthood and how God blessed your life. You should write it down. So I took her advice and wrote it down, and I'm grateful I did, because 20 years later, I can go back and remember this experience that I had with God, answer my prayers, priesthood power. Now, that's why I believe writing down your blessings that you have and being grateful and journaling and keeping all track of everything that you have in your life and what's going on is extremely beneficial and a blessing. So that's my invitation to you guys. That's my testimony. The scriptures are there for us so we can read and remember what happened to our fathers, and to keep us in the track, remembering what's important. There's a quote that I really like that says, the one thing we learn from history is that we don't learn very much. We don't really remember. So that's why I'm so grateful for the scriptures and the opportunity to journal and leave this record to my future posterity. And it's blessing my life, and hopefully it blesses them. And I know that if you start keeping yours, it'll bless your family and your life as well. I love you guys. Hope that you guys are doing well, and we'll see you on the next one.